All right, so this is February, and what we're looking at right now is the FAS, the 3 times levered bull financial ETF. This thing has been just climbing up from its low at what price was that? Roughly, what was that? 30 something? Yeah, 37.55. Got way down there. It's all the way up to 62. Currently, right now, we're looking at the RSI at 69, which, as you can see, over the last 3 months, has been around the top. Now, I'm not totally convinced that we are at the top. Remember, an RSI reading of 80 is what gives us our for sure sell signal, and we aren't quite there yet, but we are at the top. Let me see if I can kind of pull this out just a little bit. I'm gonna have to make it a little smaller. There we go. All right, so looking again over the past 3 months, as you can see, our line is at the top. If we pull this out further, just to give us some more perspective, so we see a top here at 77.50, right? So let's take a look at where we are, and keep in mind this is about a 3-week average. Okay, so 70 again puts us near the top. So what I'm prepared to do today is enter a new position in FAZ, which is where we currently are. Its RSI is down to 31, which, as you can see, has been somewhat of a bottom over the past year. Let's pull this thing in a little closer. As you can see, we came down from almost 17, and it's just been a steady drop down. 957 is a good price for this. Historically, it's been right about the $10 range. So we see there on 30. Now again, I'm not convinced this thing is done falling at all. Just like I'm not convinced that FAS is done rising. So let's take a look at where we have been. As you can see here, on January the 16th, we sold out of our FAS position at 53. So yeah, we missed what, $10 worth of profit there. But you know, we don't cry over missed money when we make money, right? So we're talking about, yeah, $4,000 profit that we missed out on, but we don't cry about that. So again, we're currently in FAZ right here. And so what I'm prepared to do is purchase more shares at the new price of 957, and what that's going to do is going to bring my average cost down. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 54.90, okay, and I'm going to divide that by the current price at roughly 960. It's going to give me 572 shares. Okay, so we'll say 572 times 960, if we get it at 960, right? And then pull another calculator over here. All right, and we have 490 shares at $11.19. All right, and I'm simply going to add those two together. 1, 2, that divided by the number of shares that we now currently have. So it's 572 plus 490. So we're going to divide that by 1,062. That's going to give us an average price of $10.33. Still a little higher than where I'd like it, but that's okay because we still have half of our cash position left in order to buy more shares if we need to. 1033 is not bad, but it's still a little higher than what I like. If we stay in this position for another month and a half or so. It looks like we're going to be in for another dividend. That's going to be sometime around April 4th. Hopefully we can get out of this position before then, but you know, if we get another dividend, I'm not going to cry about that either. So again, just want to kind of show you where we are right now. The price on FAZ is 957. I do not expect this to rise anytime soon. Fundamentally, everything seems fine. There's no government shutdown. There's still some, you know, back and forth, but I think it's all superficial. Nothing real. Nothing that's going to really touch the economy. You know, there's no talk of issues with inflation yet, so we're doing well there. At some point, we will talk about interest rate hikes. Matter of fact, let's go ahead and find out when that happens. Interest rate meeting 2019 Fed calendars. All right, do I have this blown up? Yeah, let's blow it up a little bit here. All right. So we got the January out the way. So there we go. So March 19th and 20th. And let's see, we got an asterisk on that. Let's see what the asterisk associated with summary of economic projections. Okay, so they're going to give us some projections in March. So we have a little while to go before we start talking about interest rates, but it is coming up, and so of course when interest rates come up, you never know, that can move the market one way or the other. So far, interest rate talks have been mixed, you know, because as the rates increase, so does the odds of recession, right? The idea is if interest rates go up too high, it'll be harder for people to borrow. And then that'll slow the economy, which is the purpose for interest rate hikes. We do know that housing is starting to come down. That's good news for buyers. And with the job market where it is, I don't see any reason why that is going to cause any issues. So again, everything looks up right now. I don't see any reason for FAS to continue rising. Just want to go back to it real quick. We know that over the past over the past year or so, we've seen FAS as high as almost $80, right? And we're only at 62. You know, right around this $62-$65 range is a decent price, I would say, for FAS. I would say 60 is almost the floor, and so the fact that we've broke above that $60 mark, I mean, sky's the limit. It really is. There's no reason why we can't see 70. But again, like I said, you know, we have to take action now while we can. Now I can wait, right? I can wait. Of course I can. And I don't think I'm being impatient by jumping in here. You know, I know that I got into FAZ really early. I knew that going in. So at this point, just want to bring that cost down. And if I do get a bump, you know, past, you know, $10.50, I'll be happy with that. You know, I'll be happy with that. That's profit. That's what it's about. So again, this is our February update. Just want to let you know what's going on. I'm going to go ahead and do a new position in FAZ. Another quarter of my cash position, and we'll see what happens. Again, I expect this to fall further. We know that the lowest price has been 888, right? 880, we'll call it 880. With these levered bear ETFs, they have a tendency to decrease in value over time. Okay, so we know, see, if you look out, see this, it just goes down, 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 down. So I expect this to go lower than $8.80, right? So my game plan is to enter my position here, get my average cost down to that 1030 range, right? And then just take a wait and see approach. We have interest rate talks coming up in March. We have another dividend coming in April. And so if I have to hold this position until then, I'm perfectly fine with doing that. At some point, you know, the market can't keep going up. can't. Doesn't work that way, right? That's just not life. What goes up must come down. And so what we're going to do in FAZ is just catch that down, right? We're just going to catch that pop, and we can sell out for a nice little profit. That's the game plan. So once I'm in at 957, I don't plan on going in anymore until this thing gets below that historical low. Okay, I need to see the price drop at least 880, 850 before I do another position, right? So anyway, that's it. February update.